How Satan uses music today. You have to understand is that music is very powerful. The stuff you listen to, you put in your ear when you have your headphones on, when you got your earbuds on, the stuff you watch on TV, the stuff you take in, is very powerful. And you have to understand is that the music that's being pushed nowadays, the music that's being pushed by a devil, this music, majority of it is demonic. And this is why Satan, he's using the music industry so hard nowadays. Because you have to understand is that the music industry, they're $1 billion industry. When you look at different genres like hip hop and R&B and these different genres of music, right? They have millions and billions of people who listen to him every day, who listen to him every year. And these songs, they trend. They're trendy, a lot of these songs that come out. You know, you have a lot of these hip hop songs that come out, especially for y'all who are familiar with drill rap. This came from Chicago in case y'all don't know. But drill rappers rap about killing each other, rap about robbing other gang members, shooting other gang members. Now you have rappers rap about sex, using women as sexual objects. You got women who are doing rap songs or R&B, talk about their body parts. You got some singers a couple years ago singing about how wet their thing is, and it's just nasty. But Satan is using many of these artists to bring destruction to a lot of people. Because you have to understand is that when you listen to a song, you are not just listening to a song. You are not just listening to, oh, it's just a song, it's no big deal. Understand is that whatever goes inside your mind affects your body. There's a reason why the Bible says guard your mind. Because before something manifests in the physical, before you do something, before you do an action, it usually starts in your mind. Like, for example, a man who goes to rob somebody. He doesn't just wake up and just walk outside randomly just to go rob somebody. No. He had it on his mind. He had it on his heart. He had planned it in his mind already that he wanted to go do it before he did it. You see, when you listen to these songs, and they talk about killing people, and robbing people, and going to go shoot at rival gang members, you have to understand is that these songs can eventually get inside your mind. And this is what we see nowadays, why so many young people especially, it's really people of all age groups, but why so many young people, why their mind is just mentally gone off them. Because the music they listen to is highly demonic. A lot of these young people, they listen to music, talk about killing people. They listen to music, rap about robbing people. They listen to these songs by some of these rappers, talk about how many women they slept with. Some of these girls listen to songs by some of these female artists, talk about how they use their body as sexual objects, and they're in the music video just pole dancing with their legs in the air. These rappers are in videos showing off how many guns they got, talk about how many bodies, how many people they killed. And people wonder why so many young people nowadays, they're out of hand, why some of them, their mind is gone. I said this before in other videos. There's been times I was walking the street and I seen young people to where they playing this hip hop music. They playing it, they listen to it, they blasting it loud, right? But then you could tell they like physically they're alive, but spiritually they're not there. Like their mind is a whole different world. There's been times I see young people in the street, they playing this music, they got their ski mask on in the hot summer weather, bobbing their head brr, 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 to this drill rap talk about killing people and robbing people. They got their ski mask on, they high off of drugs, high off of weed. They're over there, brr, 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 just not in their head. They're not even there. I remember one time I went to go into a restaurant to go get some food. Some guy, he came in playing one of these hip-hop songs. I don't really know a lot of the songs that come out. I even know really a lot of these artists, because I don't listen to junk that they put on the radio nowadays. But he was playing one of these songs by one of these, I guess, these new rap artists, because it's not in modern age. And he just playing it, and you could smell the drugs and you could smell the weed. And as the lady was asking about his order, he was not even fully there. He was not even paying attention to what he was saying. He was just bobbing his head, just bumping his head to music. You see, y'all, that stuff is you gotta be very careful of the stuff you listen to. Because a lot of the music they put out nowadays is highly demonic. And it gets inside your mind. That's why we see so many videos nowadays of young people. They call them crash outs. Some of them call them YNs, but I'm not a fan of those terms. They're like, some of them are ready to crash out, ready to go commit a crime for nothing. You see all these senseless killings on TV. See some of these young people, they go and do senseless killings. Killing somebody just because they stepped in their shoes. Killing somebody because they looked at them funny. Pulling guns out over a simple dispute. You wonder why. Look at the music a lot of them are listening to. Music is toxic. Now I'm seeing more music. I'm seeing more stories of people killing their own family members. People killing their own loved ones over simple things. I saw a news story not too long ago, I believe it was last week or a week before, in East St. Louis, to where a teenager killed like 4 of her family members, just because they would not allow her boyfriend to come move in. And mind you, this girl is only 16. And it's her parents' house, her family's house. And yet she killed her family members just because they would not allow her boyfriend to move in. And you see why so many young people, their mind is gone. We see why some people in society, their mind is not there. Their mind is not stable. We see why some people, they walk around just angry and mean. Some of them, you gotta pay attention to the music they're listening to. It's not even just hip-hop. You got R&B songs that are very sexual. You got some dancehall songs where they got violence. And some dancehall songs that are very sexual. So it's not just hip-hop. All the blame is on hip-hop. It's a lot of music genres nowadays that's highly demonic. That's steering more towards a negative message. And see, Satan is using a lot of these artists to try to get a lot of young people to go down that path. The path that leads to destruction. The path that leads to them going in sin. Them dying in their sins and going to hell, going to lake of fire. Because that's ultimately what Satan's goal is. Satan's goal is to lead a lot of people astray. You think Satan wants you following God? No. Satan does not want you walking a narrow path. He does not want you walking the path of holiness and righteousness. He does not want you walking God's commandments. He wants you to go astray. He wants you to fall into his schemes so that he could destroy you. Because that's Satan's ultimate goal, just to destroy humanity. And the thing is, what's happening nowadays with this music, you gotta be very careful, especially y'all who got kids. Especially for young people like me. Young person in my 20s, I stay away from all this music nowadays because it's toxic, it's garbage. I see so many young people my age blasting this music on the street, and you can tell this stuff has an effect on them. They got their ski mask on, bobbing their head, some of them be sagging their pants. Some of them be walking around mean, angry, posturing like they want to fight, like they looking to go start something with somebody. The music, man, the music is a big contributor. And some be like, oh, it's just music. No, yo. Remember, a lot of people like to say that Satan was head of music in heaven. You think the devil don't know how to use things to destroy you, to deceive you, to lead you down the wrong path? You think Satan don't know? The devil has many schemes, and one of his schemes that he uses nowadays is music. Satan, he loves using these musicians to lead people astray. Because this music, it messes with your mind. Anything that goes inside your mind, anything that you listen to, and those lyrics that you listen to that go inside your mind, that stuff is going inside your mind and it's affecting you. And now it could affect your body. It'll cause a person who's a straight A student. They listen to some of these hip hop songs, it get inside their mind long enough. Now they want to go out and go kill somebody over nonsense. It will take a girl who grew up as a church girl. She listened to his music enough. She'll go outside and want to be a whore. Go outside and want to sleep around. The music is very powerful, y'all. That's why the Bible once again says guard your mind, because your mind is very important. You cannot just be listening to junk 24/7 and expect to get good results. Because it's not going to work that way. You're going to get bad results every time. This music they push nowadays, stay away from it because it's toxic. And the thing is, so many people, they've listened to these songs that's affected them, and many lives have been destroyed by the music industry. And you know how I know it's not music? Because there's people who have listened to this music and it's caused them to go out and commit crimes. I'll give you an example. There was a news story, I believe in 1990 or 1991. There was a guy who shot a police officer. And they say that right before he shot the police officer, he was listening to one of those, I believe it was a song by NWA. For y'all who, I'm not gonna say the words, I'm not gonna curse. But for y'all who knew that song by NWA, Talk About the Police, in the late 80s, you know what song I'm talking about. It inspired him to go out and go shoot a police officer. So that's how you know it's not just a beat and lyrics. No. It is very powerful. That's why you gotta be careful the stuff you watch, the stuff you take in, because it will affect your mind. You see all this stuff in social media, all these division, all these problems, and people arguing, going back and forth. That stuff will get inside your mind. That's why you gotta be very careful. You gotta be very careful the music you listen to. You know how I know it's not just music? Because last time I checked, when gang members go out to go shoot other rival gang members, they're not playing gospel. They're not playing old country music. They go now, they listen to drill music, high off of drugs, high off of alcohol, and they got their guns ready. And they got their ski mask on and their mask on, whatever, and they got their guns ready. They're not playing gospel when they go do drive-bys. So that's how you know it's not music. You know, when you listen to certain genres like gospel, you feel good about yourself. You feel inspired. You know why? Because that's the Holy Spirit right there. Because gospel has a positive effect on your spirit. It has a positive effect on your soul. So when you listen to gospel, you're not thinking about I'm about to go shoot, I'm about to go kill. No, when you listen to gospel, you feel more inspired. You feel better about yourself. You want to feel close. You want to draw closer to God. But when you listen to that drill music, it's a completely different vibe. You want to go out, you want to be mean, you want to fight. Some people want to go shoot people. Some people want to go rob some people. Some people got that spirit like, oh, I wish somebody would try me. You see, it's two different things. That's how you know it's not just music. That's why y'all in these last days, guard your mind, because the enemy's after a lot of people's mind. Be very careful with the stuff you listen to. This stuff is toxic. Think about how many people listen to his music and inspire them to go out and go commit crimes. Inspire them to go out and go be ignorant. Go be a gangster. Many of them, they're sitting in prison for a long time. They're sitting in prison for decades. Some of them have died young. Died at 21, 22, 25, 18, 19. I'm in my mid-20s. You got a lot of people that even live to see my age. I'm still very young. This music is very toxic, yo. Guard your mind. For y'all who got kids, always be careful with the stuff they listen to. Don't let them bring that junk in your house. Because that music also attracts demons. Because understand this. You really expect God's presence to be in your house when you bumping music talk about killing people and robbing people? Ain't no presence of God coming in. God don't dwell in toxic. He don't dwell in sin. He don't dwell in wickedness. This music they put nowadays is wickedness. You gotta be very careful. Be very careful of the people you hang around. If you even got friends who listen to that type of music, that's what the Bible says. Be very careful. That's bad company can corrupt you. I'm just paraphrasing y'all. James 4:4, if you're friends with the world, enemies with God, you gotta be very careful of people who listen to his music if they're around you. Because they might inspire them to go do something to you. Because look, you might be winning, you might be successful. They listen to his music. Now they might catch a spirit of jealousy, a spirit of murder. And they'll see you winning, they'll see with your nice family, your nice car, your nice house, and they want to go out and go do something to you. Me, people listen to top music, I won't even be close to them. You know, if I'm doing soul saving, that's one thing. You trying to draw close to God, that's one thing. But as far as close friendship on a daily basis, and no, I don't want that stuff around me. Because that music is very toxic and might inspire you to go out and go do something against me. No. I'm not taking no risk. I'm not taking no chances. I'm not listening to this junk they put on the radio nowadays. You gotta be very smart, y'all. The stuff they put out, Satan is using a lot of these artists to lead a lot of young people astray. People in general, but a lot of young people especially, because young minds are very impressionable. You got young people who listen to his drill music and all this from 8 years old, 10 years old. And it's having an effect in their mind. And people wonder why when they 13, 14, they act out, getting arrested constantly. They want to fight. They're ready to go join a gang. Pay attention to the music they listen to. Music is one of the biggest impacts, one of the biggest factors in why a lot of young people nowadays are very violent and very unstable. And their mind is not mentally there. Be very careful with the music you listen to, because Satan is using this music to bring destruction.